A few years ago, I had a bunch of friends who were like absolutely crushing life. I mean, like they were crushing life so hard that I kind of wanted their lives. Like I would have probably traded places with them. And I wanted to know how they were doing it. I'm a very inquisitive person and maybe a little out of pocket sometimes. So I asked. And the thing that kept coming up was they were visualizing it. They knew they wanted it. They knew they deserved it. They're working very, very hard behind the scenes. But they also made it a point to think about or bring into their subconscious and their conscious mind that they wanted this every day. And a lot of them were doing vision boards. So your girl went on a deep dive about vision boards. I have OCD. So when I tell you I go on a deep dive, I go on a deep dive. I learn a lot more information than is probably necessary to get started on the project. And then I, kind of do a little analysis paralysis. A little guilty. You know what I mean? I'm a little guilty, but I'm working on it. But anyway, back to the vision boarding. This video is my deep dive and how I got started on vision boarding. And since then, I've created this course and this curriculum on my site. If you want to get really into it and you want to go ham and you want to go deep and go hard with this stuff, you can do that. But if you got to start somewhere and you got to figure out what you want and you got to say, hey, I deserve this, or figure out the questions that you got to ask yourself, this video is for you. And if you're sitting there and you're like, oh, here she goes again with these vision boards. Yeah, here I go again, because this has worked for me. This has worked for so many people that I've worked with one-on-one and also people that I've worked with in groups. And it's worked for Oprah. It's worked for Beyonce. It's worked for Jim Carrey. I mean, Jim Carrey is my favorite example of this because him and his $10 million check that he wrote and put in his pocket. And then the first movie he gets, which is The Mask, big blockbuster movie, ends up being for 10 million. The guy talks about it in every interview, from Barbara Walters from 20 years ago to one of his most recent videos on TikTok about how much he believes in manifesting and how much he believes in vision boards. Rob Dyrdek, Steve Harvey, Will Smith, Katy Perry, all these people are into this stuff. And you know what? If you want to stay stuck and you want to stay where you are, cool. But for the rest of you, let's just do it. So at its core, a vision board is basically a collection of collages, images, words, and things that you want that also have some emotion tied to you, tied to it. But it's also something that's a constant reminder. So the thing about the vision board is you got to get it and you got to put it someplace where you're going to see it all the time, where it's going to be visual. And we're going to talk later about a digital one versus a paper one. And honestly, you can do a combo of both. And that's what I do. But I keep it on my phone. I keep it on my desktop. I have it hung up in my kitchen, so I see it every day. You can make multiple types. You can make them for your business. Again, I've made them for when I was redecorating my home. You can make them for your relationship, which I highly recommend. I also think you should make one if you're single to call in the type of relationship that you want. I have a friend who's a writer. She's a showrunner and a writer, and every project she works on, she makes a vision board for that project. So again, you're not just, held to doing one, but you got to start somewhere. And that's the point of this video. We've talked about why these things work, and I made a whole video on the reticular activating system of the brain. But basically what happens is when you have a vision board, it creates neural pathways in your brain that make you think that this stuff has already happened and makes you think you've already accomplished these goals. And it does that through the power of visualization. That's why these boards are so important, that they're visual, because seeing these images just keeps reminding the brain that this stuff is possible, that you can go get it, and also that when you get it, you are going to be happy. You can put yachts and Rolexes and, crazy vacations on your vision boards, which I totally recommend because you got to think big, right? But the thing is, you also have to put smaller goals. You have to put some medium-sized goals, and you have to put some things that are maybe in the near future, as well as things that are in the more distant. The thing is, you also have to figure out how you're going to achieve these goals. And you have to also understand that you're going to have to work towards this. You don't just put something on a board and it magically appears. I mean, if it did that, I'd be laced out Rolexes by now. But science does say that the more you visualize your dreams and your goals and use multiple modalities to visualize these things, meditation, daydreaming, vision boards, journaling, yada, 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 it's easier to bring it in, because it also constantly reminds your mind that this stuff is important, which allows you to maintain focus and keep you going after it and basically keep you on your grind. The other thing is that there's more to life than just setting goals and asking for a yacht. You really got to live presently, and you got to enjoy the journey, because it changes so fast and things can be over in an instant. So the other thing about these boards is you have to ask yourself, what is going to make you happy in the present moment? Yeah, in 10 years, you definitely want to have that 401k booming, and maybe you want to be in a relationship, and maybe you want to have kids and 2 dogs in the house. But right now, today, what would make you happy? Is it going to be community? Is it going to be friendships? Maybe going out more, keeping your space more tidy, taking care of yourself and your health and your wellness, and getting into an exercise routine. Again, we got to look at the little steps that are going to get us to the big thing. So keep this all in mind. And the other thing that I love about these vision boards is that it's like a collection of where you were 3, 5, 10 years ago. I still have all my boards from like the past 8 or 9 years. And it's crazy to look at them and see what was important to me then versus what's important to me now, and how I've grown and how I've changed. And that's the whole point of this. It's about growth. So constantly look at your boards, and when you accomplish stuff, check it off and put something else on there. And if you know what, it's not for you anymore, it doesn't matter. This thing's not posted up in Times Square. It's in your house. That's another thing. I recommend not sharing them with too many people. This is for you. This is something for you, and it's for your mind, and it's for your life. For a physical board, you're going to get magazines, you're going to get printouts, you're going to get photos, you're going to write stuff out, you're going to find things that resonate with all of the goals and the questions that we're going to answer in a few minutes. And if you're going to do a digital one, find a program. You can use Pinterest, you can use Canva, you can use Photoshop, or you can just use a Google Doc and just find a bunch of photos online that resonate with, you know, your goals and your dreams and make you feel really good about what you want to accomplish. And you can put that all together. You can print it out, you can keep it digital. I highly recommend printing it out though, because it's good to have it posted up somewhere, and then you can keep one on the wallpaper of your phone. You can keep it on your desktop, your iPad, you can keep it anywhere. The more, the better. A lot of people like to use the categories such as career, health, wellness, relationships, personal development. I'm going to give you a bunch of ideas as well as a bunch of categories so you can start deep diving, and I'm going to put them all on the screen so this way you can screen cap them to make it a lot easier for you when you go to make your board. Let's get into that now. Now, once you have all these goals written down, it's best to kind of go over them again, and basically you want to ask yourself, how will I know when these goals are achieved? You want to ask yourself, what's that going to feel like? And from there, that's how you're going to pick your pictures. That's how you're going to pick your affirmations. And that's how you're going to pick the words that you put on the vision board. You're going to basically ask yourself, what will I see? What will I hear? What will I feel? What will that feel like inside my body when that comes in or that comes through? Or will I feel joy? Will I feel excitement? Will I feel like a little kid, you know, the night before a holiday or a big event? Will I be nervous? And if nervousness comes up, ask yourself if you're allowing yourself to achieve these things, if you're allowing yourself to be happy when this stuff comes in, if you think you deserve it. And find out what resources, what support you're going to need. Do you need a mentor? Do you need finances? Do you need more time? Do you need to actually get serious about this? Do you need to be more committed? Then ask yourself, how will achieving this goal impact your life? In what ways? And from there, you can kind of figure out the steps you need to take. You can figure out how this is going to make you feel. And you can also kind of figure out what this is going to look like on the board and how you're going to organize it all and what the aesthetic is going to be. We're almost done. Now it's time to make this damn thing. So what you're going to do is you're going to find images. You're going to get them in magazines. You're going to print stuff online. You're going to use photos. You're going to get a collection of stuff. That's if you're doing, you know, the old school glue stick, scissors, that kind of vibe. If you want to do the digital, you're going to do the same thing. You're just going to do it online. You're going to Google search images. You're going to go on Pinterest. You're going to find stuff that resonates with you on websites or Instagram or social media. And you're going to take those pictures and you're going to collect them, and then you're going to put it together. Now, how do you put it together? I like to take my goals and the different categories. I like to make an area for health and wellness. I like to make an area for spirituality. I like to keep it a little more like one corner's for this, one corner's for that. Some people like to make it a nice collage. Others like to, you know, put words on one side, put photos on the other. Here's the thing. No one's grading this. There's no right or wrong way to do this. This is for you. So however you got to put it together to keep it fresh in your mind and to keep it nice and organized, and also to keep it as something you want to keep looking at every day, that's how you got to put it together. But a lot of people like to do it in regards to the categories, which is probably the easiest way to start. So you can start there. Then you add the text, you add the words. After you got the photos, the words that you want to feel, the emotions that's tied to it. If looking at it makes you feel good, good. If it's not where you want it to be and you're not like vibing with it, go back, add some stuff, take some stuff away, do it all over again, make another one. Again, this is for you. There's no like rules for this. And you got to figure out where you're going to put this thing. So I like to put mine in my kitchen because I go into my kitchen every day and I also spend a lot of time cooking. Again, I also have one on my phone because I'm on my phone all day, and I have one on the desktop of my computer. Pick a place, find a place where you're going to see this thing all the time. Don't throw it in a closet unless you open that closet door every day and you stare at it. Don't put it someplace, you know, where you're not going to see it. This thing needs to be visible. It's gotta constantly be working with your subconscious. It's gotta constantly be reminding you of your goals and your dreams and your aspirations. The whole point of making it is to display it. You don't need to put it, you know, as the first like gallery piece in your hallway when you come in, so the whole damn world needs to see it when they come into your house. It needs to be in a place where you're gonna see it every day. Finally, you got to take action. Like, you actually got to do this stuff. You got to think about what's on that board, what you want to call in, and then come up with a game plan and say, what action am I going to take for this? Not going to get a PhD by staring at the damn board. You got to be like, all right, time to go back to school, time to research PhD programs, time to figure out how we're going to pay for this. Oh, let's look at the finance category. Turns out maybe I got to start looking at student loans, or maybe I got to see what kind of tuition reimbursement I got at my job. So again, you got it up there, you got the goods. Now it's time to get to work. You got to make this stuff happen, and you got to get a little game plan and start making out a course of action for yourself of how you're going to start calling in some of these things and laying the groundwork for letting it call in. We got the blueprint. We got the architectural plans for what you want your life to look like. But now we got to get building. Maybe we got to get a team. Maybe we got to, knock some stuff down and say goodbye to some people, or say goodbye to some bad habits or some things. But, time to get to work. And if this isn't your first rodeo and this isn't the first time you made a board, make sure you go back and look at your old board so you can see how you've changed, how you've evolved, how you've grown, and kind of look at what you used to want and see what's actually come in. Because I guarantee you some of the stuff on those boards has definitely come in. And also look at how long it took for it to come in. Because again, this stuff doesn't happen overnight. It takes time. Choose your words properly, choose your images properly, and make sure they make you feel good. And again, I got a whole series on this. So we're going to talk about next week something called unvision boarding, which is also another tool that you can use to help you figure out what you don't want in life. And honestly, I recommend making an unvision board and a vision board. But again, we got to do baby steps here. So this video first, and then next week's video will hopefully tie it all in and give you a really, really good game plan for this. And if you want to go deeper with it, if you want to take my vision board course and you want to have all the stuff in one place where I have a lot more information, I have a guided book, we go really deep with this, you can go on my website. All the information is in the box below on how to get into that next. Quit believing you don't deserve this stuff. Let it come in, call it in. I'm tired. This was a long session. This was a lot of information. And honestly, after this, if you don't believe that you deserve this stuff, I don't know what to tell you. If you don't think you can make it happen, then that's on you. But you got the tools now. So let's get to it. And that's it. So follow, like, subscribe. I will see you on the other side. And please, please tag me in your vision boards. I want to see them. DM, TikTok, hello@thedonassproject.com. Good old email. Your girl wants to see your boards. And tell me all about them and tell me about the things you want to call in. And if you're cool with it, I'll share it online. Okay. Bye, guys. See you later. Oh my God.